my name is Filoni and the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. So a new rumor was started going around yesterday evening, just as I was getting into bed, get my little cocoa, getting to bed, put my little nightcap on, about Pedro Pascal quitting the filming of The Mandalorian, which I thought, that's interesting. That certainly is it. Now listen, I'm going to read the article together. We're going to talk about it. I really don't know what's flying with it, but I would say this. Look, Pedro Pascal is a good actor. He's very, very good. Very, very commanding. I loved him in Game of Thrones. He captured my my heart. I was like instantly. I just love that character. I liked him in pretty much everything I've seen him in. Looks a bit dodgy in Wonder Woman though. I couldn't really recognize him. So and I think he's good casting for The Mandalorian. But look, bottom line. He keeps his helmet on, He keeps his helmet on. If he quits, I think he can find somebody else, find somebody else. Because, listen, Mandalorian, for my money, is Star Wars last swing at bat. I mean, the only reason it's got that because that first season was really good, right? That first season was really, really good. I wouldn't mess with this at all. If they screw up Mandalorian, if Kathleen Kennedy comes in and makes the Mandalorian full of the falsest female crap, there's probably the death knell, the final death knell in the Star Wars, whatever you want to call it. I mean, listen, I can't see them make any more movies in the near future because I can't see them make any movies in the near future. Yeah, the movie industry is, I think, in free fall, isn't it? And not really a dry eye in the house. I don't think most people are really going to miss it. I guess that's what's going to happen when you force feed you all just pure turd sandwiches over and over again and told them that they're terrible Islamophobes for not munching down it. Fine, so we're going to be talking about The Mandalorian. We're going to be looking at this rumor and ruminating what it could possibly mean. But before we get there, can I ask you guys, can you hit the like button? Can you hit the share button? But mostly, can you hit that subscribe button? Thank you very much. I am ridiculously grateful for each and every one of you that subscribe. And I know that sounds like Pat, but I genuinely am. And yeah, I tell you what, the inverse is true. When my subscribers go down, I'm like, I am. It's ridiculous. I'm nearly 50. I shouldn't really worry about it. By the way, I made a decision. I am not engaging with people on Twitter. I put something on Twitter yesterday about somebody sent me this a clip from a BBC radio talking about Doctor Who rumors. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. I just shared it. And then it turned out to be from a year ago, which was probably true back then as well. But the usual subjects that live on Twitter go, nah! Yeah, they were there. And my first response is to respond, but no, I'm not responding anymore. You had this little redhead kid who drove to this woman off Twitter because he's terrified of women and and generally speaking, life in general. He was calling me a racist here and now. I made the thing of it. I talked about it, but honestly, I don't care. I don't care what any of them say. Don't care at all. So yeah, that's my one of my New Year resolutions. The Jewish New Year happens in a couple of days. Anyway, as I said, like, share, subscribe. Thank you very much. If you subscribe, So my point was, don't let your happiness be dependent on external factors. The factors you do not have control over. Don't let your happiness be dependent on that. I am not responding on. I'm still using Twitter. I'll talk about it, but I'm not responding to anyone anymore. That's and you know what? I got to thank Gary from Nerderotic for that because I heard him say it on this stream yesterday. I think, you know what? He's 100% right. Speaking of which, another aside. You got to check out the Nerderotic Nooner. The opening titles he just did were freaking incredible. Or somebody did from. They are absolutely incredible. I love them. But anyway, enough aside. If you subscribe, you can enter my competitions. The latest competition is for this Lord of the Rings: Two Towers. My favorite of the Lord of the Rings movies. It's a stonky, great big special edition with extended movie and 2 discs worth of extras. Really fascinating stuff, and booklets. Is just a wonderful, wonderful package. If I was just going to recommend it to you, but as I'm giving away, maybe you just want to enter. All you need to do to win it is subscribe to the channel, subscribe, and in the comments leave the hashtag Helm's Deep, my favorite battle in the Lord of the Rings trilogy. I think perhaps my favorite battle ever seen in the cinema. So there you go. And then we'll do the prize draw on the 27th. I'll be on the TARDIS Zone, and we will be doing a rewatch of Smith and Jones, the first episode of Doctor Who season 3, series 3, from the revived era, if you want to call it, the 2007 season. Fine, let's have a look at this article about Pedro Pascal. Pedro Pascal quit filming The Mandalorian season 2 halfway through. I mean, wow. I mean, that's a really big deal. Like, for an actor to do that, he must really be upset about something, or he's got quite big cajonas. You know, he's feeling pretty good about it. By the way, my hat's off to, if there was talking to Star Wars and actors quitting, my hat is off to, what's his name? Finn, whoever played Finn. Really, I really like this guy. This actor really needs to be getting, leading character roles. He's I wish I could remember his damn name. But he quit his role as a brand ambassador, I guess, a guy who advertises some aftershave for Estee Lauder, because, you know, he did this whole he's black, obviously, and he did this whole ad where he did a mini documentary about his life and, you know, and what it means to him, his community. And when they showed it in China, it turns out that the Chinese people don't like black people. Chinese people are like super racist. You know, it's funny. You know, all the blue check marks on Twitter. They're always looking for racists everywhere. Oh, there's a racist. Oh, they're hiding. Oh, look, he's a racist. Yeah, but they won't look at the place where they're getting the money from, which most of them is from China. Yeah, they're super racist and they don't like black people at all. So they reshot his ad. I'm not making this up. This actually really happened. They reshot his ad, which was entirely about him and his family and his community and his life, to take the black people out of it, which that was a bit of a misstep. So he quit he quit that position. Good for him. John Boyega, good for him. John Boyega, the voice of reason, I think, as well, in the recent what do you call it, civil uprisings we've had across the Western world. I would say absolutely a voice of reason. Fine. So he quit halfway through production. Let's have a look and see what's going on here. A new rumor claims that the Mandalorian actor Pedro Pascal quit filming the show halfway through the second season. We just heard that. Who wrote this? Is it John F. Trent? John. Listen, I'll let it go. Fine. You do a great website. The rumor comes from YouTuber Grace Randolph. Ooh. She actually, she's a bit on the inside, isn't she? I think. I really don't know. During her Mandalorian Season 2 trailer reaction video. Okay. Randolph, I'm not sure. You know what? I can't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe that he would blow up his career, because that's really what's going on if he did that. Randolph first points to Entertainment Weekly's recent spotlight on the Mandalorian Season 2, with the showrunner Jon Favreau notes Season 2 will introduce a larger story in the world. Well, okay. I saw the trailer. It was basically saying that you have to go and find some Jedis to give the Baby Yoda to, right? So, like, I guess, I don't understand why it's hard to find. Why not just go to Coruscant, or wherever the rebels hang out now? Find a TIE fighter, and says, do you know where I find Luke Skywalker? I have a package for him, right? Or like, just find someone. It can't be that freaking hard. Aren't they in government now? It's 5 years after Return of the Jedi. But okay, I guess we'll find out in season 2. Season one was great, other than the Bryce Dallas Howard episode. Ron Howard's daughter directed an episode, and it went from like the greatest Star Wars, like up there, like the greatest Star Wars you can imagine. The quality just went way down to Caravan of Courage. Like what? One looked like cinematic. It all looked cinematic, apart from that one episode where it was just like it looked like a TV special. Yeah, listen, honestly, here's the thing. If you don't want to be called a diversity hire, you've got to do good work. That's the bottom line. Your work has to be as good or better as all your contemporaries. If it's noticeably worse, and you are of an identity which is on the progressive stack, people they feel have been oppressed. If that's the case, you're going to be called a diversity hire, which I think basically she was. It looks like she was. Looks like she just wasn't up for it. She didn't have the skill for it. So yeah. So I did love Mandalorian apart from that episode. But yeah, okay, introduce a larger story into it. I'm up for it. Favreau explains the new season about introducing a large story into the world. He adds, the story's become less isolated, yet each episode had its own flavour. I kind of like that about the first season as well. I did enjoy the Bill Burr episode where it'll seem like a really good fan film where they're breaking into a spaceship to rescue people. Still saying to rescue people. I did enjoy that episode. I enjoyed the Mandalorian. Basically, the entirety of it. The story's become less blah blah blah. Has its own flavor. Yeah, I like that. And hopefully, we're bringing a lot more scope to the show. Okay, well, listen, it all sounds good. Favreau did good so far. I can't argue with him. Executive producer and director Dave Filoni, who did, I think, other than Bryce Dallas Howard episode, the Tatooine episode where he teams up with this guy with a young bounty hunter, and it just wasn't very good. It was there too many member bearers. It was the second weakest one. Executive producer and director Dave Filoni adds, everything gets bigger and the stakes get higher, but also the personal story between the child and the Mandalorian develops in a way that I think people enjoy. So far, nothing about him leaving, okay? So far, nothing about him leaving. Favreau would then explain that that they'll be following different storylines outside Pascal's The Mandalorian. He tells EW, we are introducing, as we introduce other characters, there are opportunities to follow different storylines. So this seems like he's being a bit sidelined. This to me seems like he's being a bit sidelined. But for why? And who knows? Okay, so now we got a little bit of meat behind the rumor. He continued, the world is really captivated by Game of Thrones and... What? The world was really captivated by Game of Thrones. Yeah, until they pissed all over that and blew that up. Don't you remember? And how that evolved as the characters followed different storylines. But it started off as an ensemble, right? So Game of Thrones started off very, very clearly as an ensemble piece, and all those ensemble characters went in different directions, and all of them had, up until the last year, really good stories. This was one character, one story. So it does seem like it'll be a change. But okay, look, I'm open to it. Okay, I'm open to it. It sounds like it could be a good idea. It's a very appealing to me as an audience member. Okay, but that doesn't sound good. So Rudolph notes that the evidence to back up her information, which she claims comes from two different sources. Okay, so listen, I hear that. I get rumors as well. She goes on to note that this rumored row with Pascal began when the actor wanted to film a number of scenes with his helmet off. Well, didn't they repeatedly make that part of the lore in the first season that the Mandalorian never removes his helmet in front of other people? I mean, I guess when he's alone, I think it will be okay. But I kind of like that Judge Dreddiness of it, that you never saw his face, right? That was an interesting thing to do, and I think that worked. I can understand why he's getting pissed off with it, though. But, look, an actor's given his lines, he's given his lines. And especially an actor whose face you don't see. It looks like he can be replaced, mate. Rudolph says, while filming season 2, Pedro Pascal really wanted to have some scenes with his helmet off. Well, I think they could have written that in. Scenes where he's alone. However, she knows Mandalorian creative team wouldn't budge on this. I hear that. Okay, fine. So far, all this sounds credible. All this sounds not credible, believable, right? All this sounds believable. She continues. So Pedro Pascal, from what I've heard from two sources now, was frustrated about this and was pretty darn uncomfortable in the Mando. So I'll shut up on set. So he became difficult. Honestly, this is the second season of it. You know what it feels like, for God's sake. That kind of reminds me of, was it Katherine Heigl, who said she didn't know what Knocked Up will be like. And I know Seth Rogen, who, again, I doubt I would agree with him on much, but he was on an interview and said, listen, she read the script the same as me, and when the script was what we put on screen, I don't know what she thought. That's what it said on the page. So, okay, whatever. The final straw, though, was even though he was a difficult B-round on set, the final straw was that he went to Lucasfilm, and from what I've heard in my sources, to try and get him to intervene on his behalf. And you combine that with Lucasfilm already trying to get involved in the story aspects of season 2. Okay, so when he said go to Lucasfilm, did he go to Kathleen Kennedy? You think maybe or her faction? which I've also heard, that I do believe Catherine Kennedy is desperate to get her little elbows into that because she does, like rest of Hollywood, doesn't give a crap about anything. She just wants what she wants. She doesn't matter how much it fails, doesn't matter about anything. She just wants what she wants. Like all these insane people that, there's this tiny 1%. This is the 1% that live on Twitter that have complete stranglehold over our culture. They just want what they want. They don't care if nobody else wants it. And they really don't. They really are like, I don't care what the person I didn't want won an election. I'm just going to lay here and scream until somebody gives me what I want. I'm going to burn down this country, which is basically where we are right now. I don't know. And you can have a look at the run game as too, which I've also heard, including focusing more on standalone episodes rather than making it more connected, which I've heard the Mandalorian creative team wanted to do, which was kind of happening at the end of season 1. Season 1, it's kind of like started to gel into one overarching plot by the end. Okay. So far I heard nothing to convince me. Okay, nothing whatsoever to convince me. Randolph then details that Pascal was asked to leave halfway through filming. So when Pedro Pascal went to Lucasfilm, the man of him was like, you know what? You should just go. Whoa. Well, I can sort of see that going down. Like, maybe. I can sort of see that going down. If they're going to recast, he's a very recastable role. It's not David Prowse playing Darth Vader anymore. It's not, whatever his name was, playing Chewbacca anymore. These are pretty recastable. I'm sorry, but it's just the way it is. And Pedro Pascal did, and this happened halfway through filming. She later states, now, as I said, I've heard the break was pretty bad, with both sides upset. Okay, so listen, it seems to me they're playing with fire, right? It seems to be playing with if that happened. Interesting, the same EW article that Rudolph originally cites regarding Favreau teasing new storylines and characters also revealed that Pascal did indeed agree to take his helmet off to help Gina Carano film scenes. Okay. EW James Hibbert writes, while former MMA fighter Carano, who we love, Gina Carano, mwah, you are the queen of Twitter. You are the queen of the internet right now. You did not bend your knee. We love you, and we stand with you. But I'm not going to say anything on Twitter. As I said, I'm just not replying to me when on Twitter. I don't think I'll have a friendly conversation, but I'm not going to be like, yeah, shut up. Don't care. Who made her dramatic TV debut in the role. She says she's more confident this time round, explaining that she was helped by Pascal agreeing to remove his helmet during their scenes when the camera was over on her. I really wanted to see his eyes, which really helped. Okay, well, that seems like something, a decent thing an actor would do. As Rudolph notes in the final episode of Season 1, Pascal does take off his helmet after he suffers what appears to be a fatal injury in a shootout with Moff Gideon's forces. What do you make of this rumor? Not so much. I wouldn't bank on this rumor, so yeah. Doesn't say... I give it a 38% probability, which is quite high. 38% probability. I guess we'll find out. In a month or so when it airs, and if he's in all of them, then I guess the rumor's wrong. Here's the thing. The rumors always get proved right or wrong in the end, or mostly. I think they mostly get proved right or wrong in the end. I guess time will tell. My name is Phila Beck, and the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.